The Chalcedon Foundation presents Foundations of Social Order, Studies in the Creeds and Councils of the Early Church. Written by R.J. Rushdoony, narrated by Nathan F. Conkey. (1998) Preface by R.J. Rushdoony. In all my writings, I have sought to show the relationship between faith, theology, ideas, and life. In 4 of my books, my concern has been with the relationship between faith and history. In The Foundations of Social Order, 1968, I dealt with the creeds and councils of the early church, how they reshaped men and nations, and their relevance to our time. In The One and the Many, 1971, it was the inseparable connection of the doctrine of the Trinity with the problem of the one and the many that was my focus. This was, of course, written from the presuppositions of Cornelius Van Til's philosophy of religion. Earlier in This Independent Republic, 1964, and The Nature of the American System, 1965, I had applied these ideas to American history. In the latter work, the section, The Religion of Humanity, dealt with the present great enemy of Christianity. The loss of sound theology in the Church has led to the decay of Christian faith and life. The modern era has seen the growing irrelevance of Christian faith and doctrine to the world in general. Its presence is very real, but its influence increasingly weak and minor. The relationship of the Reverend Billy Graham to American presidents aptly illustrates that fact. Now, the creeds and councils of the early church, in hammering out definitions of doctrines, were also laying down the foundations of Christendom with them. Harold J. Berman, in Law and Revolution, demonstrated how the doctrine of Christ's atonement reshapes law and society, and how the present decline of that doctrine is heading to the death of Western civilization. In every area of faith and doctrine, like studies are necessary. The abstraction of doctrine and theology from life has been one of the great disasters in the life of the Church. Richard Weaver saw clearly that ideas have consequences. To abstract biblical faith from life to the classroom and to limit its relevance to the private realm is one of the great evils of the modern Church. The biblical prophets could not imagine such a departure. God being totally God and Lord over all things, no sphere of life or thought can be outside his government and authority. Christianity cannot be reduced to the level of a pagan mystery religion, basically concerned with life after death and with things personal here. The foundations of social order are indeed in the here and now, but in our faith and life, in what we believe concerning things ultimate. As men have turned from the Christian gospel, they have constructed a social gospel, and as they have surrendered God's law for antinomianism, they have supplanted God's law word, and they have turned to man's word, pietism, and pious gush. Church music now often celebrates man's feelings rather than the Holy Trinity. This is the way of decline and death, and it must give way, and present indications tell us so, to a restoration of God's sovereignty, grace, and undiluted word. The foundation of true social order can only be in the triune God and his inscriptured truth and word. Russus John Rushdoony. Chalcedon, August 12, 1998.